and burn in civics class.
Why?
I need to do a special video project.
What subject?
That's just it. I don't have one. Help me, Gordon. I need inspiration.
Guys.
No, I need something exciting, something cool. Something with blood and guts.
Well, why don't you just write a term paper like everyone else?
Because I'm not like everybody else. Come on, Ash, help me. Come up with something good.
All right, well, maybe you need something scary.
Oh, I already got that. This project's due the day after tomorrow. Yeah!
Wow.
It all started exactly 50 years ago tomorrow.
This whole thing is so not true.
That's not the point. Naomi's trying to pass civics.
By documenting a Beechwood High urban legend?
That everybody knows is bogus.
My teachers would never let me get away with something like this.
Let her finish.
Thank you, Hunter. Anyways, it was 1951. This kid was on his first date. He'd been in love with the girl since the 5th grade. He finally got the nerve to ask her out. He couldn't believe it when she said yes. They arranged to meet outside the school gym. As the dance started, he stood outside the door waiting for her, knowing she'd be there.
How sweet.
It was. He stood in the rain for hours. He wouldn't move. The whole school saw him standing there soaking wet, not wanting to believe she wasn't going to show. They all started to laugh at him. She never showed up.
The guy was obviously a squid.
Shut up, Hunter. He was sensitive.
He was nuts.
He was probably ugly. No other options.
Poor guy was in love. The chick stood him up.
Yeah, I've heard this story before.
We've all heard it before.
When last dance was called, he couldn't believe she didn't show, so he jumped in his car, raced home.
It was dark, the roads were wet.
Will you let me tell the story? Anyway, it was dark and the roads were wet. He got in his car and drove out into the stormy night. The rain pounded on the windshield. He could barely see the sign ahead. Road closed. He slammed his foot on the brake, but nothing happened. He panicked. Tried to swerve. Anything to avoid disaster. But with the slippery road and no brakes, he lost control of the car and drove straight into the lake. And no one knows if he was blinded by the rain or by his own salty tears.
Over a girl? Are you nuts?
Which is why Beechwood has never had a spring dance since.
That can't be the reason.
Here's the really cool part. Every year, they say the ghost of the girl who stood him up goes to the cemetery and leaves flowers on his grave.
Wait a minute. She's dead too?
They say she died of a broken heart.
But she stood him up.
Minor detail.
Fine, don't believe me. But tomorrow night we'll learn the truth. Who's coming with me?
Wait a minute, you're not actually going to the cemetery.
Of course I am.
I'm in. Beats a movie.
You actually think you're gonna find a ghost with a bouquet of flowers?
People say she still cares.
Joke all you want, but she'll be there. I know it.
I'm not going to a graveyard.
Ash, come on.
I'm not.
I'm not that crazy about cemeteries either, but we'll go, hang out, and be back before the 11 o'clock news.
Well, if we see a ghost, we're going to be on the 11 o'clock news.
Well, the whole thing is ridiculous.
But what if it's true? It is the 50th anniversary of the accident. Besides, weird things always happen on anniversaries of 5s, 10s, 25s, 50s, 100s, and millenniums.
Millenniums?
Yeah.
I'm still not going.
Why not? Afraid of ghosts?
Not afraid of ghosts, goblins, witches, spirits. I mean, once you're dead, it's over. Finished, done, out.
It's not true. Death isn't the end. It's just the passage into the next life.
Heaven?
Yeah, if you're cool.
Well, if not, there's always the warmer weather.
Well, I don't buy it. The dead are dead, and you can't just make them come back by visiting them. The whole thing is pointless.
So if there's nothing there but grass and markers, why don't you come?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go, but only to help Naomi. Blankets,
Check.
flashlight,
Check.
garlic,
Excuse me?
to keep away the vampires.
Right. Come in, it's open.
Hey, guys. You ready?
Yeah?
I am so excited. This is my first movie. Maybe I'll win an Academy Award.
Unless you take the lens cap off first.
I knew that.
You know, I told my mom about your project, and she knew all about the legend because someone down at the paper wanted to write about it, you know, for the 50th anniversary of the accident.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's true.
Well, she couldn't find proof, but she did say you had the story backwards.
What do you mean?
Well, it was the night of the spring dance, but it wasn't the boy who waited outside in the cold for his date to show up. It was the girl. She couldn't believe that the boy she'd had a crush on for so long had finally asked her out. Her heart raced as she waited for him to show up. But he never came. Everyone laughed as she stood in the rain. For hours, alone, humiliated.
So she was the one who was blinded by the salty tears.
I don't know, but the roads were slippery that night.
Did her brakes fail?
Yes, Hunter.
You know, they should have done something about that. It's an easy repair.
Right. Anyway, same story. She got in her car. The roads were wet. It was raining hard. She didn't see the roadblock until it was too late. She tried to stop, but couldn't. The car went straight into the lake.
So in your story, it's the guy who dies of a broken heart?
No, Hunter, in my version, the guy's a complete jerk.
Oh.
Well then, everybody ready to hit the road?
Do I really have to go?
Yes. This whole project was your idea.
I said do something scary, not visit the living dead.
You're going.
This is so Scooby-Doo.
What will we, the students of Beechwood, find on this night? Terror, mystery, or regrets from the dead?
You gotta be kidding.
You're wasting license. I have to juice it up. Come on, this way. It's plot number 1313. 1313.
How do you know that?
Research. Robert Bobkin, born 1936, died in 1951. He was 15. It has to be him.
It's actually kind of peaceful.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Oh, watch out.
What?
Oh, you don't want to step on somebody's grave.
Dylan,
Respect for the dead, Ash.
they're dead.
Well, yeah, but their bodies are right there. You could be stepping on someone's friend or husband.